I was thinking about this the other day and wanted to share it. When I was young, I had an invisible friend, a constant presence that was with me, and he talked to me, but usually it was telepathically. I could hear the words in my head, and I talked to him. Um, he saved my life a couple times as a child, and other times kept me out of danger or got me out of danger I got myself into. Um, but told me things, and just like he was always there. He was kind of right up here on the top back of my head, kind of not any weight, but energetic, almost like a buzzing and a fuzzy feeling. It was very, very comforting to have him there. Um, and that all changed about the time I was 8 or so. Back then, I hope they don't still do this, but back then, the public schools, they would make the kids take a mouthful of fluoride and just hold it in your mouth for a couple minutes, and uh, it's impossible not to swallow some of that poison. And of course, one of the things, there's multiple bad things about fluoride, but one of the main things is it calcifies your pineal gland, which is a liquid crystal transceiver inside your brain that allows you to communicate with the higher dimensions. And anyway, as soon as I did that, maybe in a day or two delayed reaction, but that connection was severed, and it took me close to 40 years to get it back. And everyone has this connection. That presence is your higher dimensional soul. And we all have a bit of our soul that is down here with us, but this is a very dense existence. And so the vast majority of our soul is in the dimensions above us, and we need a functional pineal gland in order to maintain that connection. So we've all been subjected to the fluoride, the corporatist establishment, the matrix, whatever you want to call it. They deliberately put that in our water and our toothpaste in order to calcify our pineal glands. So you have to do a fluoride detox, and go ahead and do your own research on that. Same thing for pineal gland decalcification, but I'll share you a few things that worked for me. First off, get it out of stop taking it in. So in other words, start filtering it out of your water. Change toothpaste if you normally use a fluoride toothpaste. They always use teeth as their excuse, but fluoride has nothing to do with your teeth. After you've done that, what I did is I drank a couple tablespoons of apple cider vinegar daily. You water it down a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie, there's nothing you can do to make that taste any better. It's pretty nasty, but it'll help break up that calcification. And then the other thing that worked really well for me, that resonated with me, was sound, almost kind of like a natural ultrasound. Crystal singing bowls worked the best for me, and I'd kind of hum along to them as well, and that kind of created a vibration in there that also helped to kind of break things up. And I had to do this for, I don't know, about a year before I had major breakthroughs. But that's what you want to do to decalcify your pineal gland. Now, there's other things that also can break that higher dimensional soul connection. A really big one is if you've experienced severe trauma or abuse as a child, especially if that came from someone you trusted or loved as a caregiver, parent. Then there's also drug use, especially if it's synthetic drugs. Any overuse of drugs, though, but the natural and plant-based aren't going to have the same effect. But if you're a junkie, you're not going to have that connection, although you may have a connection with other things. That kind of opens you up to possession in some instances. Promiscuity is also something that can cause some issues. And the last one is also a really big one. If you deliberately harming others, can also break that connection. Now, once you've decalcified your pineal gland, it's going to take a little bit of effort on your part. The most important thing is that you reach out and try to get that connection. But it's just like you've never worked out before and you start going to the gym. It's going to be hard at first and you're going to be weak. And so you reach out, you desire that connection, you start reaching out and you ask for that connection. And you listen really hard, and you'll get these faint, you won't really know. You're like, am I imagining that? Is that really me? What's going on? But you follow through on whatever you're given. It might be something real little. You'll have these synchronicities pop up. Maybe it's repeating numbers. Maybe it's just things that you're weren't really aware of before, but something pops up, and then all of a sudden you see a newspaper article or a book or something online. You get 3 or 4 things all in a real short period of time, maybe the same day even, hit you about that exact same thing. And so that's your higher soul self trying to speak to you and guide you. And if you keep working at that the same way you would working out with weights, over time you will develop your pineal gland muscle, if you will, until such a time as you do have that telepathic communication and that constant awareness and connection to your higher soul. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and hope you guys have a great day. Take care.